You're making sure your boob doesn't fall out
first
on camera.
I crossed my legs the other way, and then I was pulling down my dress
And
to make sure I don't look too
I have a
goofy.
booger. Okay, that's the way to start the show.
But all cameras are rolling and sound is recording.
Yes, welcome to the show. We are very excited about this episode. I've been excited to talk.
Are you?
Yes, I've been.
Why are you so excited?
I don't know. I just it's our weekly therapy session.
Oh, you still have a big old bat in the cave.
All right, let me go get it. I'll be right back. Do the sponsors. Huh?
Do the sponsors. Oh, we have wonderful sponsors. Thank you to Aztec Chevy. If you are going to buy a car, give those guys a shot. We love our Aztec Chevy team in Beeville, and they are fabulous. They will help you out. Also, Picked Cherries. If you guys haven't had a chance to play with the app, would you please download Picked Cherries for us and start clipping cherries of the podcast? You can do little 1-minute clips and share them with your friends. And we'd love to see what people are clipping out for Picked Cherries.
Talking about Picked Cherries?
I did Aztec Chevy. I did Picked Cherries, and you are so much better at it than I am. But
and of course, Old Salt Coffee, Trevino 10 is the code. I will say that we got an update for Picked Cherries. It is blowing up.
Is it?
250,000 hours of podcasting. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. So it's really cool and exciting.
Are people picking cherries of our podcast?
I don't think they give a shit about ours, but there are some people that are good enough to
pick a cherry.
Pick cherries, yes. But I worked out with Chief this morning, and we were so busy for the past couple of weeks, and I wasn't able to do my private jiu-jitsu lesson. And I'm getting ready to test, and man, it drives me crazy how hard it is to lose weight, how hard it is to build stamina, how hard it is to get strong. But 2 weeks.
And you're a dude. I think it's even harder for women as they get older and hormones and all that start coming into play.
Just missing 2 weeks today kicked my ass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was fine. I was doing great. We do the...
Good. I'm glad somebody kicked your ass.
Well... That's your favorite part about Chief coming over is Chief whipping my ass. But we do about 20 to 30 minutes of technique, and then we spar for another 30 minutes. And oh my gosh, like minute 15, my side was hurting, and I mean it doesn't help that right now in Texas, and I'm sure everywhere, it's 105 degrees outside. It's 90,
and you're doing it in the garage.
In the morning, I'm in the garage, all ghetto. But it's just frustrating when you the ups and downs of fitness, and I think, it's funny because we've known Rick for quite some time now, and I've seen Rick struggle, and I've seen Rick, go through moments where you're like, Rick, you're doing great, you look good, and then Rick's like, fuck it, I gave it up, but it is so hard. I mean, I am making sure that I am being more aware of the things that I eat and when I eat them.
I'm aware. I had those salted caramel squares from Sam's, like 5 of them the other night, because I just kept going back to the pantry. It's like, just one more.
I started recording my food on the Samsung app, and it's crazy. Like, when you look at, all of a sudden it's like, well, I ate oatmeal. Well, good in fiber, saturated fat. And you're like, oh my God. I'm just using that as an example. I don't know exactly, but, and I have it set for 2,000 calories. And then I've only had 2 meals, and I'm at like 1,800. I'm like, holy crap. Like, and then it shows you like, hey, this is ideal carbs, sugars, fats, right? And I'm never ideal.
Yeah.
I'm under the calories, but I'm not ideal as to the things
the balance in your food.
Yeah, the balance and the things I'm supposed to be eating. So it was just frustrating today to have had taken the 2 weeks off, come back and just to see how much I digressed. And I think you go through that, when you miss the bike.
You know what's weird? I can tell when I've hit the bike several days in a row that my body, I need to take a day off to give my body a chance, because then
heal.
I can't, I can't hit that mark again. But if I take like a week off, the first day, I'm usually like really good. It's the second day that kicks me in the ass. Yeah.
Well, we work out sometimes at the same time, and fucking Renee's on that damn Echelon bike, and the douchebag instructors. I mean, Chief and I are trying to do badass shit, right? We're trying to do jujitsu, and all I hear is, "Come on, girls, we're going to crank it up. Let's go to 29. Let's work hard. And I'm like, oh. And then it's the worst fucking music. And and you were sweet today. You were like, 5 more minutes. I'm almost done.
Yeah.
I'm almost done. But it was like.
I try to get in there and finish before you get in there. Because then you want me to use headphones. And when I like sweat like a pig. So there's no way the headphones
You said pig. I did
stay in
not.
my ear.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, I did.
You called yourself a pig. I did
did.
not. You look absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
In your little yellow sundress.
Thank
Is that a rental? What is that?
It is a rental.
I am so excited of all the new people that are coming in. You know, it is so freaking cool. And I am...
You mean to the shows? New people coming to the shows?
Social media, the shows, you know, and I if somebody, you know, sends me a message, says, hey, we're new to you, we think you're great or whatever. We now love the podcast. We now love you and Renae, you know, you're hilarious, you know, legend, you know, shit like that, where I'm like, wow, man. I always send them a message that says, welcome to the family. And it's funny because now I get, who is this? Is this Steve? Or is this like some social media team? And I'm like, well, no, it's me. Like, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because I do try, even though it is getting overwhelming, I do try to see and respond to as many messages.
Just to kind of have an idea what's going on.
Well, and I want people to know how much they mean to me. So I really try to respond. But we went to Minneapolis for the first time.
Yes.
And it was so funny because after the show, somebody came up to me and they go, it's so funny because you always say we. You don't say I. You know, and I go, well, because it is we.
That's purposely chosen. That's like a purposeful decision that you make.
Well, no, but I feel that way.
Yeah.
You know, when I walk on stage and I go, hey, we are so happy you came out tonight. I know that you were at home happy. You know, and I know that the life we live, that both of us are really happy that people come to my shows, right?
Yeah.
So I always say we, but it was really cool. And, you know, I don't know if I wasn't doing it on purpose, you know, but it's really cool that a fan did come up, a family come up, and they go, you know, it's really cool that you say we.
Yeah.
You know, that's really cool that you include. I go, really, it's my whole family. Like, you know, you guys feed my family. So, yes, we are all very happy that you came to my show.
Yeah.
You know, and we are a team. But we were at the Mall America.
Yes.
Dude, it was insane.
The kiddos and I didn't end up going because we were like, we looked at tickets last minute, but they were so crazy.
Expensive. And it was like, if it was cheap, yes, the Mall of America would have been cool to take my family. But I'm not spending Disney money to go to the Mall of America. You know, I mean, but it was quite impressive.
Yeah.
It was quite impressive. There was every single restaurant that you can imagine that you've ever seen.
Littles. I feel
they would have liked it.
They would have? Yeah.
Well,
I just think of Mall of America and I think of like teenagers wandering the mall, you know?
A lot of that.
Yeah.
Saturday, we would not have wanted to be there. I mean, when I tell you that there was a line out of every restaurant, there was a line and a wait out of every restaurant. And I was like, oh no.
But not to go in a store and shop, right?
No, there was lines for people trying to get into the Gucci store and the you know,
see, I don't
the
wait
Louis
in a
Vuitton
line
store,
to shop.
and you know, I mean, there was people waiting in line. I guess they were coming out with a new
sneaker,
and then so there was this huge line of people waiting to get the sneaker, but it was quite impressive. And if you find yourself in that area or passing through, it is worth a stop.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth a stop. But
so the comedy club is actually in the mall.
Yes.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm staying at the JW Marriott in the mall.
Uh-huh.
And for me to walk through the mall to get to my comedy club, it took me 15 minutes.
It's like Vegas, like walking from the Signature Towers down to the casino. At
it was a walk.
Wow.
10 to 15 minute walk. I mean, it was a walk.
Yeah. You got your steps in.
Well, it's trippy too, because you're like, man, I mean, because it's a giant 3-4 story square.
Okay.
And you're like, if you go the wrong way, like I went the wrong way once.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh my God, like I fucked up.
So it literally is like a cube.
It's a big old cube, yeah. But it was really cool. But I have to say, and somebody told me that I guess it's not the Midwest. How is that not the Midwest, Rick?
What's that?
How are they not the Midwest?
No, they are.
Somebody came up to me and goes, oh, well, we're not the Midwest. And I'm like, yeah, you are.
Yeah. I've always thought of it as Midwest.
They don't think of it as the Midwest.
What do they think of it as?
They think they're more East Coast. That's what I told. I go, you're Midwest, and they were like, no, we're not Midwest. I'm like, when I think Midwest, I think of your accent. You know?
I didn't think about that. Their accent.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're. Oh, they're. Oh my God! Right? I don't know how they say it, but.
I was gonna say that sounds Canadian.
But I have to give it up to them. So friendly.
Yeah.
So friendly. So hyper aware of other human beings.
Yeah.
You know, you're walking through the mall and somebody would cut you off and you would say, oh, sorry. And then they would say sorry. Or they would say sorry first, you know, and, oh, excuse me. Yeah. So polite. And I just wish the rest of the world was like that. You know, very aware of other human beings.
Yeah.
Very, very, very polite and cordial. You know, it just made me feel welcome.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, there's definitely certain cities where there's like a lack of personal space.
And a lack of being aware of other human beings.
Yeah.
You know, very few times that I was walking through the mall where there was just a group standing in the middle of the hallway, right? I mean, everything was smooth. People were aware of their surroundings. They were aware of other people. I mean, it was just really great. And the crowds were amazing.
Yeah.
And it was so weird to me because the only show we didn't sell out, which happens a lot, not anymore, but that's the one that's a tough one, is the second show Friday.
Uh-huh.
However, we sold out Thursday. Thursday was the first show to sell out.
Yeah?
But you also had
What's happening on Thursday night?
I don't know. But there was a lot of people.
Maybe people don't want to brave the mall on the weekends.
There was a lot of people that go, we don't come to this mall.
If you live there,
If we live here, we don't come to this mall. It is all tourists. We've seen it. We've done it. We don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
We never come to this mall.
Yeah.
You know, so there was a lot of that.
Can you imagine how fun it would be to go back to school shopping at the Mall of America? Like as a teenager? How amazing.
Dude, it was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane. But and the whole crazy part was apparently, and I don't know if this was planned, probably, because I know this business.
Uh-huh.
The Mall of America was having a Latino Tejano music fest.
At the Hano Music Fest?
Yes.
Like Tex-Mex
It was
music?
it was regional and Tejano music.
Oh, wow.
So they have this big circle, huge circle where you can look down from all 3 floors or 4 floors.
Uh-huh.
And then they have a big floor area and they had a stage.
Uh-huh.
Right? And it was Friday night. And I knew he was Texan. Like I'm on stage. There's this dude wearing a black cowboy hat. He's got a beard down to here.
Uh-huh.
He just looks so South Texas. Right?
Yeah.
And I spotted him. I saw him, there with his wife. His wife is a huge fan of ours. Vicky is her name. And then afterwards he came up to me and he's like, I am friends with Carlos Alvarez. And we are friends with Carlos Alvarez. We love Carlos, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, I am a Tejano singer and accordion player. My name is Sonny Salceda. And I'm like, oh, I've seen you
I was going to say that name
on
sounds so
social
familiar.
media. Dude, he is amazing. The energy that he brings to it. You got to look this guy up.
Oh, I think the accordion is such a cool instrument.
But the
I
way
would love for Garrett to learn how to play an accordion.
Oh my God, the way he dances on stage and the way he at the end of his set, he bites the accordion and goes in circles and the accordion's like flying around.
What do you mean he bites the
He
accordion?
bites the strap of the accordion and he spins it around and then throws it with his mouth. Like it's insane.
I am feeling, is this on YouTube? I want to see this.
But here's what was crazy. You happen to be in the Mall of America when I'm there. Yeah. Follow me. You're friends with a mutual friend, which is not too surprising.
Yeah.
But you also live in New Braunfels.
Oh, no way.
Your wife also went to high school with Jake in San Marcos.
Oh, that's random.
She's like, I know Jake. I'm like, you know Jake?
Yeah.
And right now I'm using Jake's name for the Slitterbahn cabana joke. Uh-huh. And she's like, I knew it was Jake. I know Jake. I went to high school with Jake.
How funny.
So not only do they live in New Braunfels, not only do we have mutual friends,
it's a small
they
small
found
world.
themselves in Minneapolis the same weekend that I'm there. We hung out with them. We had drinks. We had a great time. And just really good people.
Yeah.
And an incredibly talented guy. He's shorter than me, and he showed me his one. He has this one TikTok that has gone viral. Right? You can look it up, and all the comments are about his ass. Because
Is it impressive?
You look for yourself on TikTok. I mean, I have the leg show. He has the ass show. But it is like. Yeah, people are like, that's fake. That's not his ass. Like, I mean, it's
No, I
crazy.
had to look
Dude.
this up. That's hilarious. How does his wife feel about it?
Oh, she loves it. And that's another thing that was cool is, she did travel with him and she handles the merch and she tours quite a bit together with them.
Yeah.
So that was also really cool that here's this couple in the entertainment business like us. We need to have him on the podcast because
it sounds like it.
He tours and
cut to a clip of his ass on TikTok.
It is so funny, Renee. Like, you look it up. It's so funny.
I don't even know. I don't think I have TikTok on my phone. I think Garrett took TikTok off.
But I had a great weekend. And then we went to go see Nope.
The Jordan Peele movie.
Yes.
You know what? I don't get to go to the movies as much as you do, but I haven't even seen the trailer for it. When we were in California, there were billboards for it everywhere.
Well, first of all, I don't think horror movies are ever scary. I don't get it.
I hate them. Like the buildup of the music, and I know something is going to happen. It gives me like a sick feeling in my stomach. I'm like, just get to the point already.
I kind of think they're all dumb, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But that was going to be our Saturday activity to kill time. And I wasn't going to watch Where the Crawdads Live without you.
I've heard mixed things about it. But
Really?
But you're right. That's a movie you go see with your wife.
Yes. So I wasn't going to go sit with Dave J to watch
Hold
Where the
hands with
Crawdads-
Timmy.
Yeah. So he was like, hey, I'm going to go watch Nope. You want to go see? I said, sure, we'll go watch Nope. And it is a Nope.
It is a nope.
It is a Nope.
I'm sure are all the reviews saying that it's a nope.
Yeah, some reviews. I mean, some people like it, but I mean, it wasn't that great.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it was kind of weird in the beginning and slow, and Rick, are you into horror?
Not in the least.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't. We watched it. I mean,
But it's such a money-making thing.
people love them.
Like globally, worldwide, isn't horror the genre that makes the most money, Rick?
Yeah, because you can do it really cheap.
Ah,
Well, it was done really cheap. It was not that great.
yeah.
Kind of weird, but that was my weekend, and I missed you guys terribly this weekend.
The kids and I had a really chill weekend. They slept in my bed both nights because by the end of the day, I'm just so tired to like put both of them to bed. I end up what happens is I pass out in bed with Garrett at like 8:30, and then I wake up 2 hours later in his bed, which is super low to the ground and uncomfortable. And then when I come to my bed, I can't fall back asleep, because I just had a 2-hour nap. So when you're gone, I'll
Well, that's what always makes
put
me.
them both at my
That's
bed.
what always makes me laugh about you. You're like, I am exhausted and I'm so tired, and I'm like, yeah, me too, And I'll lay in bed and we're like, all right, well, good night, love you, and good night, blah 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 blah. And then we go to bed, or I'm trying to go to bed, and then there's just this glow coming from Renee's face because she's on the phone. And then I'm like, all right, well, maybe she's going to go to bed in a minute. She says she's tired. And then I lay down again, and I'm like, why is it so damn bright in here still? 30 minutes later, I look at you, and your face is still glowing. And then in the morning, the whole morning, I'm exhausted, and I'm tired. I'm like, well, I don't know if you didn't spend 3 fucking hours.
But that's the only time I get on my phone. Like, I'm terrible about checking my phone during the day because I'm running around doing stuff. And so really the only time I get on my phone is at the end of the day.
For hours.
Yeah.
And then you wake up, and I'm exhausted, and I'm so tired, and leave me alone.
That's not
and
true.
I'm gonna be grumpy.
I don't tell you that.
And I'm just
No.
like, oh, well, if you would have gone to bed when you said you were going to bed, that would have been awesome.
All right.
I'm not trying to start a fight. You're giving me attitude. Don't give me attitude.
Why do we even start talking about my phone?
Well, no, because it is funny to me that
Oh, because I was talking about the kids sleeping in my bed.
Yes.
I pass out with the kids.
And how you
when
can't
you're gone,
sleep.
when you're gone, it's so chill. We had a really chill weekend. The kids, it was so cute. They put on their swimsuits, and I put them in. We have a big bathtub here, huge, and I don't ever let them in it because it's like such a thing, and it makes a big old mess. But this time, I let them in, and I didn't realize there was a bottle of bubbles. by the bathtub, and I'm like, I go to do laundry, to like do something in the kitchen, and I hear Mom, Mom, and I'm like, Garrett, I'll be right there. Mom, Garrett, I'll be right there. Give me a minute. Mom, come here. I walk into the restroom. There are
overflowing.
bubbles everywhere.
I know. I cleaned the tub. I'm aware.
No, but I didn't realize when you poor Garrett was like, I was like, Garrett, how much of the bottle did you dump in there? Once you turn on the jet,
It just gets
like
things.
amplifies it.
Well, I mean, you did send me the most beautiful, cute pictures, and that was worth cleaning the tub. Because Delilah was so darn cute, and
They had so much fun. She like literally had a bubble butt, like just bubbles everywhere.
literally a bubbles butt, not like Southside, not like Sunny's, but
she
a really
literally
bubble.
had a bubble butt.
And she's getting so cute, dude, and she's becoming so attached to me, and she grabs my little finger
She'll pull you where
in
she
the
wants you to
kitchen,
go.
and she'll start pulling me and go, wrestle.
Oh, that's cute.
And then she'll go to the bed and she'll hit the bed and look at me like, wrestle. Because I wrestle with her on the bed and she loves it. And now, and like Garrett, it's funny because with Garrett, you know, Garrett and I would organically end up inventing games. Right. And one of the games that when Garrett was that age to like 4, one of the things that we would do is that if he put his foot in my face, that it would put me to sleep.
Oh,
And
yes, I remember.
It would knock me out, and the only way that he could wake me up
Was with
is
a
by giving me a
kiss.
kiss on the cheek, right? So he'd put his feet in my face, and I'd you know pass out, and he'd giggle and giggle and giggle, you know, and then he'd stack pillows on top of me because I was asleep, and then he'd wake me up with the pillows on top, and I'd be like, "How did these pillows end up on top of me?" And he would laugh so hard, but it was funny because I kind of wanted to do the same thing with Delilah because I'm like, oh, Garrett and I really love doing that, and it was really fun, and I thought, okay, I'll encourage that with Delilah. Didn't work.
No.
So now she invented a game where she pretends to sleep,
Yes, it's so funny.
and she goes, blanket. And then I put the blanket on her, and then I go, and then she goes, leave. And I go, I'm going to leave. If you're going to go to sleep, I'm going to leave. And then I start walking off, and then I turn around, I'm not going to leave. And then I jump on the bed, and she giggles and giggles and giggles. And then we laugh, and we roll around, and then she goes, no. Blanket, sleep, leave. Like, so we have our little game now.
She loves to crawl into Garrett's bed too and pretend to sleep. I don't know where
It's the
I don't
cutest
know
thing.
where
She
the
goes-
pretending
she goes-
sleep came from.
And it's she eyes wide open. But the funny part is with her, we have to do the whole thing.
What do you mean?
She she can't just pretend to sleep. We then have to put the blanket. I have to pat her like she's going to sleep. And she'll tell me, no, pat, you know. And then I'm like, I'm gonna leave. And then she'll go, leave. And then I'm gonna leave. And then we do the whole thing. And then we have to start over. She's like, blanket. Like she has her little system that when we have to do she's very demanding, like her mom. But I am.
She knows how she likes it.
Oh my gosh, I'm loving it. And it's, you know, I'm not saying I want another kid, but I will say that this is such a beautiful age.
Yeah.
And it's so much, you know, yes, the beginning with Delilah was very hard.
Yeah.
The adjustment from 1 to 2 kids was very hard.
Yeah.
To the point where it really put a strain on our marriage.
Yeah.
It was hard. I'm not going to lie to people. It was fucking hard.
I think
But
where
now-
where we were in life too, like you and I. And you said that even like, you know, when we had the miscarriage and then we were kept trying for a child and you were like, do we really want to do this? Like you were the one who was like, I don't know if I really want one. Like life is getting easy. Garrett's independent. And you were like, I don't know if I want to start over again.
That, and I was also trying to take the pressure off of you. I wanted to make sure that you didn't feel like you had to have a baby for me.
Yeah.
You know, and because you don't know how to react and you don't know what you're supposed to say. Right.
Yeah.
And I, as a man, I went through it, but not like you did.
Yeah.
You know, so I was also trying to make sure that you didn't feel this pressure that, you know, maybe I'm using the wrong words, but feel the pressure of, oh, I am less of a woman because I can't give my husband a baby.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how I feel. And that's how I felt too, where, you know, when we weren't getting pregnant and we weren't successful, I felt inadequate. And I felt like, man, here's my wife. She wants a baby more than anything. And I'm not able to give it to her. What if it is me? What if I find out that I'm the one that cannot give my wife a baby? I would hope that my wife would be understanding and say, hey, it's okay. You know, if for whatever reason your sperm cannot produce a baby, I would feel crushed because I want to give my wife everything that she wants, and she desperately wants a baby. And if I can't do that, so I was thinking in that mindset of how would I feel? That's why I was telling you at those moments, I'm okay not having another baby.
Yeah.
To take the pressure off of you so that you don't feel like, well, am I not adequate? Right?
Will we have another baby? Do you want to have another one?
If they would come out of your vagina at 18 months, yes. Yes. Because I am the happiest dad in the world right now.
Right now. It's starting to get easier.
Delilah is the cutest, sweetest, most fun. I mean, I'm loving I love squeezing on her.
I remember, I very distinctly remember Garrett's first birthday party, and you were telling people, you were like, oh yeah, I mean, it's getting so much easier. Once they hit a year, it's so much easier. And I'm over in the corner at the party, having a meltdown. No, it's not easy. It's really fucking hard. It's still really hard. But I do remember once they start to communicate more, and once you kind of start with the potty training, that 18 months to 2 years, is...
It's really special, and it's really fun, and it's really cute, and they have these little teeth in their mouth, and they smile, and, and yesterday, I mean, we had a little moment with her. She left an apple that she had been she probably took 40 bites out of it from everywhere. None of them were consistent. They were just all over. So we had this little baby bites out of this apple. And we're like, look at that. Look at the little bites. Look at the little bites.
Because she doesn't want it sliced. She wants to bite into the whole apple.
That's what's been so interesting about Delilah. She is don't help me.
Yeah.
And I want to be like the grown-ups. I don't want the car seat. I don't want the boosters. Yeah. I want to sit in the grown-up chairs. I don't want the little kid chairs. I want the grown-up chairs. And she's so independent and don't cut the apple. I want it like you eat it. And Garrett wasn't quite like that.
Oh my God, Garrett would let me wipe his butt now.
If
I still did it.
But Delilah's very I'm gonna do it this way.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't do it that way, she loses her shit like her mom. If she doesn't get it the way she wants to do it, we have problems. But I do put my foot down and I do let her know, crying is not going to get you what you want. So, we make sure, just so the people watching, I do not, even though she is my princess and even though I do treat her different.
She's not so much a big crier anymore.
Not anymore. Well, because we did put our foot down at one point because she was.
Yeah.
And we would just walk away and go, crying's not going to help you.
But also that lessons too, as they learn to communicate more. Now she knows her words are more effective than screaming or crying.
Right. And I mean, the oh my gosh, we have a little step stool that she can walk on so that she can reach countertop height. And then it has a little railing around it.
So they don't fall back.
So they don't fall back. And then yesterday, by the way, what is she, 18 months?
19 months.
19 months?
Yeah, 19 months.
She's sitting there and she goes, help, Dad, help. I'm trapped. She said, I'm trapped. I'm like, what fucking 19-month-old uses the word I'm trapped?
I don't know where she got trapped from. Oh, speaking of, I didn't tell you, this weekend, I'm pretty sure she dropped her fork and said, oh shit.
Well,
I texted my mom and my mom goes, well, did she learn it from you or did she learn it from me?
Probably from you.
No, I haven't really slipped bad words around her, I don't think.
Really? You have a potty mouth.
I don't think I have.
You do have a potty mouth. But it has been, that's not Rick, is it?
No. That's my Nashville girlfriend.
It has really been, that's the hard part. Kids, kids bring you so much joy and they wear you out but I would say that the joy and the love you have for your kids outweighs all of it,
Yeah. And
there were those moments with Delilah in particular because of the circumstances, because she was colicky and it was just a different experience and it was hard and it really put a strain on us. But, we're so happy that we did have Delilah and that we have Delilah and right now it just couldn't be any better.
Yeah.
And I come home off the road and Garrett comes running towards me and jumps in my lap always, right? Jumps on top of me and gives me a big old hug. And then Delilah's like, me, right? And she'll run towards me like Garrett and pretend to jump, because she can't quite jump yet. And so it's just really special and it's really cool. And, my plan is to take it all in and enjoy the moments.
Yeah.
Really enjoy.
That was the thing this weekend is like, I so loved having them both in our bed. And I so loved just like the two of them playing in the bubble bath, like the simple, easy things. We got in the pool this weekend. I feel like we hadn't done that in a long time either. And I just feel like you miss out on those chill moments because it's so rare that you're like home for a weekend. We talk about this all the time, that when you're home, everyone wants to come visit and we do want to seize the opportunities to spend time with other people. And so I just feel like you miss out on those simple little quiet moments. And I wish you got more of those.
That's not fair because I do get them in the evenings when we all as a family jump in the pool.
Yeah.
We've done that a lot this summer. So,
Do you know the other thing sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that ultimately in a marriage, that's why it is a marriage. Both parties have to sacrifice. I have to go to work. I just have to.
Yeah.
I'm the one that makes the financial money in our family, and I have to go to work. And it's like, does it suck? Saturdays for me, it's the worst day. Thursday, okay.
Yeah.
I saw my family. I gave them a kiss in the morning. I got on a plane. Thursday, I get there. The day's moving fast. I get on stage. I have a great show. I say hi to everybody. Friday's fun, right? Because, Friday night I can have a drink. I can hang out. I can relax. The crowds are always great. And then Saturday during the day, I'm just like, I just want to be home.
Yeah.
I want to be home. I want to be with my family. I miss my family. I guess I'll go watch a fucking movie to do something.
Yeah.
To get me through this day. And then the Saturday night shows are great audience-wise, which is nice. But then afterwards, it's like, I'm not going to drink because I got to get on a plane. I got to come home and I don't sleep at all.
Yeah.
Literally at all. I mean, I got off, I walked into my hotel room Saturday night at 2 a.m. and I had to wake up to go to the airport at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So by the time I had wind down and by the time everything got done, it was already 4. So, Saturdays for me are just the fucking worst. And it just tugs at me and makes me feel sad and I understand, artists and why a lot of artists have addictions.
Yeah.
Because, there's times where Saturday night I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just get fucked up. Maybe I'll just drink. And then that way, I pass out and, but I don't because I have bigger things in my life.
Yeah.
My wife, my kids, and my home. So, but I do understand how and then you think about, at least my motivator is my wife and kids.
Yeah.
Right? You take that away, well, what the fuck am I going to do?
Yeah.
I don't need to be home, right? I might as well drink Saturday night. I might as well party.
Yeah.
I might as well take the late flight home Sunday, right? Because, well, screw it. I'll party Saturday night. I'll wake up at noon, get a 3 o'clock flight, get home and sleep.
Yeah.
Because I don't got anything to go to. So then you think about the people that don't have anything, how they could lead to addiction.
Yeah.
And I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
Oh, gosh, I don't remember. What were we talking about? I don't remember. We were talking about the kids. And two, we were saying like Delilah's a lot of fun right now. I think, do you remember we met someone and they were like, every week there's one night that I take one of the kids on a date and my wife takes the other kid on a date. And then the next week we swap and I have the other kid. I get the girl and she gets the boy or whatever.
That was, we've heard it several times, but I think the first time we heard it, me and you were eating dinner and a fan came up to us. Uh-huh. And he was eating dinner by himself with his daughter.
Yes.
And he was not only
he's a high school friend of mine.
Yeah, not only was he a fan, he was a high school friend of yours. And he goes, He goes, yeah, right now my wife is out with my son and I'm out with my daughter, one-on-one, just us.
Yeah. And it like stuck. I thought it was the best idea. And
It's a
I
great
feel like
idea.
Delilah's getting to the age now where maybe we try and do that.
I think she's a little young, but
You're worried about the potty and the panty situation.
no, and me and you talk about this all the time in our marriage, and we do find ourselves getting frustrated, and we do get into arguments of well, I do this and I do this and I do that, and then I'm the same way. Well, look what I do, and I do this and I do that, and and well, I do more than you, and well, no, I do more than you, and ultimately, I think that we both work as a team. We both work hard, and we both bring different things to the buffet.
For sure. I'm just saying, I think it because Delilah is little for the last 2 years, I have been Delilah heavy and you have been Garrett heavy. Just because.
Well, I don't know. Lately we wrestle.
But my point is I think doing that allows you to get those, even if it's just an hour, it doesn't have to be a whole date. You know what I mean? But even if we just know that you're getting an hour, just you and her, and I'm getting an hour, just me and Garrett, I think it's really valuable.
I think so too. And I'm all about it. But going back to what I was saying, I truly believe, men and women, we are different.
Yeah.
Are we mentally the same? Absolutely. Are we mentally both capable? Absolutely. But I think God gave us different skills.
Yeah.
When it comes to raising kids. I always do our just in general, right?
I'm just thinking of you changing a diaper. I'm just better at changing diapers than you are.
But you are.
I'm just better at cleaning up shit off little bums.
You are. You are. I am still very, very strong. And I can work outside and I can drag limbs and I can climb a ladder and hold a chainsaw for 6 hours. But I can't hold Delilah for more than an hour. I'm like, but you can.
Yeah.
I just think that we bring different things to the buffet. And
Absolutely.
in order to have a full buffet, you need different things. You need the salads, you need the desserts, you need the veggies, you need the carbs, you need the steak, right? And together we bring the full buffet. And I do think about people that grew up with single moms. You do need a dad. And you do need that male presence, and you do need those skills. I'm not saying that
it's just hard for one person to do it, regardless of if it's male or female. Like whether you're a single mom or a single dad, it's just freaking hard for one person to do it.
Yes, and I think that Garrett is very well rounded because he has a very involved mom and dad.
Yeah.
I think Delilah's going to be well rounded because there's a mom and a dad. And I'm not saying that kids that come from single moms don't have amazing moms. I'm just saying that balance at home with the full buffet of skills at your disposal leads to more successful situations, right?
But there's times I say I've had enough. I'm tapped out. You got to come. You got to come here and grab this child before I lose my shit.
Well, that's what's been really interesting because, Delilah has a grit about her where she doesn't give up. And when she's cranky or sick, she goes. She's crying and she's pissed off and she doesn't stop. Yeah. And it's interesting to me that when Garrett was that way, you could handle Garrett. Delilah gets that way, and you're like, please, just come get your daughter.
Really? To me, Garrett was so mild-mannered. It was very rare that...
Oh, no, Garrett. We went through it with Garrett when he would tease or when he was tired.
Yeah.
He would lose his shit, but I think it's the female energy.
You think so?
Oh,
I don't know what it is.
1,000%. You are different with Delilah. And I'm different with Garrett.
Yeah.
But you are different with Delilah. Your ability to tolerate her screaming versus Garrett screaming is very different. And it's so interesting to me to see you like I see it in your face. You're like, go get your daughter. Or you're trying and I walk in and I'm like, you want me to take over? And you're like, yes, please take this daughter of yours, right? And I think it is the female energy and I just can't wait for her to be just like you. I am going to sit back with a bag of popcorn.
I don't know.
And a pickle. and I'm just gonna watch you and
No, I think
I'm
she's
just gonna watch
she
her.
doesn't watch the trouble. She wants to get in the trouble. I think she's more your
But
personality
she's also
than you think, Steve Trevino.
she's also very a personality.
And I think she's
I want things my way.
your sense of humor. I do think she's very independent. Yeah, I think she's very independent.
She's very.
I would agree with
I
that.
want to do it my way, and if I don't do it my way, there's gonna be hell to pay, and I'm just gonna watch it all, and I'm gonna sit there watch you deal with her, and I'm gonna eat popcorn and eat
I just keep
pickles.
telling myself, guide the spirit. Just guide the spirit. That's what I'm doing.
I'm telling you, I cannot wait till she becomes a teenager, and she is the little spitting image of you, and you're gonna hate all of her traits. And I'm gonna be like, oh, I know those traits. I know those traits. She's bossy. She's stubborn. And I'm like, oh. I'll be like, hard to deal with, huh?
No, I think little girls need to be fierce. I think we live in a world where little girls kind of need to be a little fierce.
Absolutely, 1,000%. You know, I don't want my daughter to be I need to run and tell somebody that somebody hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Right? I want my daughter to look at them and fucking handle them, you know, and have the confidence to handle them. I want her to be sharp-tongued and aggressive and not afraid to speak up. And
Speaking of, the only thing is that, and you're gonna like, this is gonna make you laugh and you're gonna love it. I don't know if you've noticed this, but she says sorry a lot. And it's from There's a Damn Coco Melon song. That's
You don't
where
want her
she
saying
learned
sorry?
it. There's a Damn Coco Melon song.
wait,
and
hold
she
on. Let me
says-
just to be clear, because I never heard you say sorry.
I knew this is why you were gonna love
I've
it.
never heard you say sorry. So maybe a little cocoa melon in your life will be good.
No, but I don't want her to over apologize. I don't want her to be one of those people who says sorry. Like, you know, there are people who, like, even though they haven't done something, they're so meek. They say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And it's like, you didn't do anything wrong. Like, I found myself, my mom noticed it too when my mom was watching her and we were in Nashville.
But there's a fine line between you, who never says sorry, who never apologizes, who never thinks they're wrong. And I'm not trying to start a fight. And, you know, because sorries are valuable.
Yes, they are.
So,
they
sorries
certainly are.
Sorries help you continue a conversation. Sorries lead to, you know, my thing is, it's okay to say sorry and still defend yourself. But if you don't say sorry at all and only defend yourself, now you're in a fight as opposed to being the other person being sympathetic to you. Because when you say sorry, you're actually taking somebody else's feelings into consideration.
Sure. Yes, I agree with that. But it's also a
Can we get that on the record? Can we? Somebody pick that cherry and send it to me, just so we know.
I agree with you sometimes. There are things I agree with you on sometimes. It happens. It
Very rare,
happens.
No, I understand what you're saying too. You don't want somebody who's mean, but I don't see that in Delilah.
Yeah.
You know, Delilah's very confident. Delilah tells you no. You can't manipulate her into doing something that she doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
You know, Lori and Gabe were here yesterday, and Lori was laughing because, you know, Lori wanted to play with her, and she was playing in the little water table that her godmother gave her, and Lori goes, "Hey, you want to show me your bike?" And she was like, "No." She's like, "Oh, well, do you want to show me your room and your bows and your no?" Like, she's like, "No, I know what I'm doing, and I know what I want to do." You know, she'll do that to me. I'm like, "You want to do something?" No. I want to wrestle. I know what I want to do. You know, so I don't think she's going to be the ooh, sorry. But I also think that the ooh, sorry comes also from childhood, from growing up.
Yeah.
You know, I don't, you know, my parents, if I spilled milk, and I'm just using milk because that's the big analogy, right?
Right.
Don't cry over spilled milk. If I spilled milk, my parents would lose their shit. You know, when I was growing up, it'd be like, "Oh my God, and why did you do that? And aren't you paying attention? And come on." And,
Yeah.
you know, and it was like, holy shit, I made a mistake. So that also gave me the, you know,
Kind of walking on eggshells.
right.
Yeah.
And, you know, you see it with Garrett where, hey man, you know, Garrett and I, we play ball in the room. We don't give a fuck. We're in the house. We're throwing the ball, you know, all over the house. And if he knocks something over, you know, I don't go, "Oh my God, and why did you do that?" You know, we just simply go, "Great, clean it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made that mess, clean it up." We don't get mad. We don't yell at him. We don't get excited about it. We just go, "Okay, hey, we make mistakes. hey, maybe we should pay attention next time.
Yeah.
Right. So that we don't have to clean it up. But I think that the sorry comes from that. Everything I do. Oh shit.
Right.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm going to get yelled at. I'm going to get screamed at. I'm going to get,
Yeah.
And as you know, we don't spank our children. We don't yell at our children. I mean, I go from here to Garrett, and then it is like, he's yelling at me, because it's not even, I'm not even yelling. I just raise my voice a little bit, and it's like, Dad's pissed. And I'm like, guy, you don't know pissed. You have no idea what pissed is.
Grandpa Joe.
I kill motherfuckers. Grandpa Joe gets pissed, right? I get pissed. But I think that I don't think Delilah's gonna be the sorry girl, but I think sorry is a valuable tool. Sorry continues the conversation. Sorry acknowledges the other person's feelings and helps things move on.
Yes. And I want her to grow up knowing how to say I'm sorry. I think it will serve her very well in life, but I don't want her singing it like a Coco Melon song.
I wonder if there's any therapists that watch our show, because I would really like to know. What would you
like to know exactly?
The psychology behind, how important is sorry? Is sorry submissive? Is sorry, I think sorry, in my opinion, is a very powerful word. I think sorry is a very strong position.
Yeah.
Because saying sorry,
I think it's a way bigger conversation than that. It's how do you say it? How soon does a but come afterwards? Like, it's a very complex issue.
It is very complex, and sometimes there is no but, and there shouldn't be a but, right? When you completely made a mistake, there's just sorry. I will fix it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was out of line. You were absolutely right, and I will fix it.
Yeah.
And I think that there's times that are, hey, I'm sorry. I understand how you feel that way, and I can put myself in your position, and I could understand why you feel that way.
Yeah.
And I am sorry for that. However, I would like you to know that, number one, I didn't mean it that way. Number two, I would never hurt your feelings. And because I did, I am willing to tell you I'm sorry. And to me, and it's a valuable tool. And I think sometimes people also need to hear sorry.
Yeah.
They need to hear sorry so they can, and then it takes people's guards down. Right? If I come to you and I go, hey, I'm upset about this, this, and this, and then you just defend yourself, then I go, whoa, shit. But if that person comes back to me and says, hey, I'm sorry, then your guard goes down and go, oh, you're sorry? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, it leads to, so I think sorry is a very powerful, strong word and a strong tool if it is sincere.
Yeah.
I think not saying sorry is weak, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you never say sorry, so you're very weak.
That is not true. Don't listen
but
to
I would honestly like to see if there is any counselors out there that do watch the podcast, because I'm not a counselor and I don't know if I'm right. I'm just telling you that's how my gut feels and that's how I feel.
I think you're spot on.
You had a hard time, did you? I
think you're spot on, Steve Trevino. Therapist Trevino.
Well, no. I would like to know Rick's opinion on sorry.
It's on sorry.
I'm saying sorry. That's what you.
What did he say?
Sorry, what? Sorry, come again?
I say sorry all the time.
But what we're talking about, is it a powerful tool or is it a sign of weakness?
Oh,
I mean, it depends on how you use it.
I don't think anyone thinks it's a sign of. I guess how I was referring to it was Delilah, but I think if you are using it correctly, I don't think it's a sign of weakness.
I think it's a very powerful word, like I said.
Yeah.
I think it's very strong, and I think that it is, and it takes humility also to be sympathetic and to apologize.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And I do, Garrett, I forget what he did yesterday. I forget what he did, but he was like, and he used it perfectly. He goes, sorry, Mom.
Oh, I don't remember either.
I should have done that. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, good job, Garrett. Thank you for saying sorry. Like that was a good place to say it. And then if you're from the Midwest, you go, sorry. But I also think that the older that I have gotten, I have become more submissive. I've become, more calm, more chill, if you will.
Yeah.
I mean,
You think so?
when I was younger,
I was gonna say, I don't know.
when I was younger,
Sitting over here, I'm not so sure.
when I was younger, somebody could have baited me into a fight by words.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, that for sure. Yes.
You're a pussy.
I think, but
you're-
that's self-control.
You ain't shit, and I whoop your ass, and now I'm like, okay, man.
I think
great.
you're referring to self-control.
Yeah, but it's also a certain confidence with age and confidence, and also understanding the consequences and go, I'm not gonna fight you. You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna avoid every possible situation. I'm a grown man who has a family. No, call me whatever you want. Go ahead. I also saw very quickly, because we got to get out of here. I also saw just an amazing photograph of Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, and Kevin Hart on stage together with a goat.
With a goat.
Kevin Hart.
Are they on tour together? And why were they with a goat?
Kevin Hart and Chris Rock are on tour together. Dave Chappelle showed up and opened for them.
And brought them a pet goat?
Well, apparently Kevin Hart bought the goat and then gave it to Chris to call Chris the goat, right? And he named the goat Will Smith, which I thought was hilarious. But I just thought to myself, what an amazing photograph, right? What an amazing show. Here are three of the most successful black comedians in the world together on stage with a goat. And I thought to myself, as a Mexican American, do I have anything close to that? And we don't. And it's sad.
As an example, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what a wonderful picture, and congratulations to them, because I know they're selling out, and what a cool thing for Kevin Hart to do, to bring a goat on stage. I guess if they would have brought a goat for me, we would have eaten it. So that's a plus for the goat. But we had a wonderful time today. I think it was a good podcast.
Yeah.
Very laid back. I will read the comments and check them. And to all of you who are new to the Trevino family, welcome to the family.
Oh, just real quick before I forget, speaking of Delilah, I have to say thank you to Renae Mitchell. She gave us some touchstone crystal, like the sparkle little jewelry. The minute I opened it up, Delilah wanted the necklace on. She has she sent Delilah a little birthstone necklace.
They're so sweet, and they come to the shows and they hang out. And I'm so bummed. You got to remind me next week, because I have a shirt from San Jose from some fans that I have gone. Now I recognize.
I know who you're talking about, because I saw the picture of them and I recognize them too. They're they bring. I think last time I saw them, I don't see them as much.
They brought
as
me a
you
McDonald's gift card,
Chick-fil-A gift card. Yes, they're always
they're always so thoughtful.
He has a ponytail.
Yeah, big guy with a ponytail, and they're always so thoughtful. And they made me a really funny, cool shirt. And I wish I would have remembered to bring it on this podcast, but hopefully we will remember next week. So, Irvine, California, this weekend, we have been sold out for a week. The week after that is a private gig. Yeah. And then the week after that is the theater tour kicks off.
And Borgata went on sale. Have we talked about that? You're going to New Jersey.
We are going to New Jersey.
And the tickets went flying off the shelves.
There's not many tickets left, which is crazy.
Will they add a show, you think?
I'm hoping. The more monies I can make in Atlantic City in a casino.
I was really excited, because I've never done Atlantic City and I want to do it. But I think the day before you're in Bakersfield. So you're going from one end of the country to the next. So I don't know how that's going to work.
I don't know how we're going to do it. And I talked to Jeremy and Jennifer, because what we might do is go to Bakersfield. I dump you off there. They drive you to Vegas Sunday, and we meet in Vegas on Monday, and then come home.
Why are you squeezing in a Vegas trip? Is that what just happened?
Well, I mean, I'm going to make
one casino by yourself and then come meet me at another one.
I'm going to make all the monies in Atlantic City, so I'm going to have to take that monies and take it to Vegas, because that's my favorite town. Okay. But we love you guys so very much. Please continue to like and share. Please continue to support the people who support us. We will see you soon. I am Steve Trevino.
And I am Captain Evil.